Can't get
am I
over,
not your friend?
but you didn't say anything.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. Along with our broadcast team of Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldrich, Kevin Harlan, I hope you'll join us in welcoming our very special guest to the broadcast tonight. The terrific, the legendary Kobe Bryant has put on a headset and placed himself in our broadcast position. Kobe, this is really terrific. Thank you for coming by.
No, I'm always happy to stop by.
Here in Portland, we have an interconference matchup with the Blazers looking to create some cheers for this home crowd. And Kobe, I know you'd spend a fair amount of time watching video and scouting your opponents. How would your film study change from regular season to say, the playoffs?
I had more time to prepare in the postseason, so I can watch more film and really focus on the entire package of the team that we're facing.
Not just the guy that's defending you?
No, not just the guy that's defending me.
All of it.
But all of it,
right?
How do they play us defensively as a team? How do they play us individually? How do we need to play them as a team? How do we need to play them individually? You start looking at kind of the grand scheme of things. In a regular season, most of these film sessions, for me at least anyway, took place on the plane. Right, in between them. So when I get to the hotel, I can rest generally.
Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got Rain Man. Nowitzki is out there with the doctor. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Tice in at the 5 down low. Now here's Nowitzki. Passes it to Rain Man. Shot clock at 5. And it's Tice in the corner. Offensive rebound. And Nowitzki with the stuff.
Love when Nowitzki finishes with the dunk, showing some outstanding lift on that one.
Now the pass to Erickson. That shot, no good. Gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And that one's good. Schroeder.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
Now here's Taylor. Unloads. And that one hits back iron. Gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Nowitzki. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Here's Rain Man. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Schroeder. Money from the wing. Schroeder's got his second basket. In the NBA, because the players are so individually great and we all know about them, and the league pushes them in that direction. You got the torch from Michael. You then gave it to LeBron. Before that, it was Dr. J. And how I find that amazing how the torch is passed from one great player to another, yet each are so individual in their accomplishments. Did you like receiving it, and did you like passing it on?
Yeah, I love both, the receiving and then passing it on, because it's the infinite cycle. It's an infinite loop. And the game just continues to evolve, and players continue to grow. And so I was happy to be a part of that chain after watching it for so many years growing up, from, Magic and Larry, and then to Michael, and then to myself and LeBron, and now whoever comes next. It's an infinite loop, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Here's Clutch. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Here's Tice. Sinks the three-pointer. Tice has got 5 points so far.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
And Kobe, talking about passing the torch, do you actually say, hey, you're taking over when I leave the game? And then on top of that, did Jordan say the same thing to you? Hey, Kobe, it's your league now. Take it.
No, it becomes apparent when you start winning championships. That's the tell-all, right? Can you lead a team to win a championship? And not just one, but multiple championships. And that's what determines who gets the torch next.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, it really...
Man, this is a joke, right? I mean, there's been some glimpses of hope, but they've been few and far between.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Erickson passes to Clutch. Pass to the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. Guys would keep written notebooks on those individual players. Some do it mentally. What did you do?
I used to do that too at the start, and then I started kind of looking at the lineage of coaches and started figuring out therefore the defensive packages are pretty much the same.
Coaches?
Well, yeah, because the right, same defensive strategy team, right? So it's all consistent. It's all there.
Now here's Jerebko. He had 19 points in the win again.
It was his rebound that stood out even more than me. I mean, they could not keep him off the glass.
It's stolen by Jerebko. It's rebounded by Schroeder. Gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Back to Nowitzki. Over Jerebko. It's tipped, and he's able to get it back. And the shot is good from Nowitzki. Nowitzki's gone 2 for 4 so far here tonight. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Erickson. And no good that time. Straight D that time from Dennis Schroeder. Pulls up. Nowitzki, no good.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That just shows you can do everything right sometimes, but still get the wrong result.
Here's Tice. He's got 5. They swipe it. Clutch the pass to Taylor. Here's Clutch. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Kobe, in other sports, I mean, people always admired the mind of Peyton Manning playing in the NFL. Tom Brady, the way he thinks the game through. I compare you to that. Did you have that same kind of fascination in other sports with the great players that were similar to you in basketball?
Yeah, we used to get together. I remember the first time I met Peyton was at an Orlando Magic game, '99. He came in the locker room, and we were just getting started. So I was just asking questions about his process and stuff. And he started going to, like, mock cover 2 and and I was like, and he went on for like a good 5 minutes. When he was done, I said, Peyton, I don't understand anything you just said, right? But he spoke at a level of detail that was beyond fascinating.
You were impressed by that?
Yes, which then leads to more questions. Like Tom and I talk often about that stuff too, and how much we love the game, how much we love the process and the attention to every little detail. It's fun to be around, no matter the industry.
Here's the doctor. He's coming off a 13-point game again.
And not only that, I mean, if you think about it, he dominated the boards. His energy was incredible. He never stopped working.
So it's the visitors now. Here's Schroeder. Got a hand on it, and that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Passes to Smooth. 4 on the shot clock. Here's the 3. They grab their own miss.
And not hard to see why they're on the bad end of this run. Just not doing the job on that defensive backboard.
And here's Freak. An 11-point game for him in the win again.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. He also did a great job at creating for his teammates. So many assists tonight.
The pass to the kid. Got a hand on it.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Here's Smooth. 8 points his last outing. Pass to Zipser. Here's Smooth. He kicks to Schroeder. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Down low. Freak passes to Clutch. Out to the wing. And it's Freak missing. Nobody near Schroeder. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Schroeder's got 6 points. And as the focal point offensively, reading the defense, so critical to have that split-second reaction and trying to figure out where their defense is going in such a short time frame. It's amazing.
Well, that's part of the magic trick because it's already figured out, right, through film. So when I watch a game, I know what their coverages are. Right, so I know
you could figure out what, and because there's so many coverages. I mean, let's face it.
But they all kind of do the same thing, right? So when you watch the game, if I'm preparing for the Bulls or preparing for whoever, I can look and see what their defensive packages are because they can't just throw something new in there, right? Because they've been doing this defense since training camp,
right?
So you're generally going to see the same rotations. So now I can put guys on the floor and set up the pieces to take advantage of that rotation.
Rush the pass to the kid. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. The kid's got his first 2 points of the night. Being at around 44% in the early goings here. Takes the three. Nope, not that time. Nothing for two from the field. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I had a chance to talk with the head coach for the visiting team. It's the first matchup of the season against this team, and he knows that they have great shot blocking. But he did say we've got to remain aggressive and continue to attack. Put the bigs in high pick-and-roll situations and shoot the jumper with confidence. They feel that's the key, Kevin.
That's great, David. Thanks. They've got their hands full against a team that plays such tough D.
And that's why you got to be flexible in terms of your game plan, particularly on the offensive end. They might have to try a few different approaches till they find one that works.
Well, Greg, I think the best approach is a solid motion offense. A lot of back cuts, ball movement side to side. Against a team with this kind of defense, good movement is always the key to breaking them down.
Here's Rush. Second shot opportunity. And while we've got this moment here now, let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively. And boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
That free throw, no good. And Kobe, you've made no apologies throughout your career about being a scorer, but how do you strike that balance between getting buckets and keeping your teammates involved?
Well, it's a thin line, especially for scorers. Because when you're locked into that mentality, it's very easy. It's almost like a racehorse. When you're racing with blinders on, you don't see anything else. You have one focus, right? And so it becomes a matter of trying to understand when to attack throughout the course of the game. So the first 3 quarters, maybe I'll lay back. Or maybe even it's just the first quarter, and then close out the first half strong. So you go into halftime with some momentum. But then at the end of the game, that's when you put the blinders back on and you really race for that finish line. And so everything in between just becomes a matter of setting up the pieces so that then you can close the game out the right way. So that's how I thought about it.
And I can sense by the way you describe this that you had to know your teammates' game as well as your own game.
Well, yeah, you got to know how they're feeling going into the game.
Yeah.
Right? Does Pau Gasol have it tonight? How's Elo feeling tonight? Right? You got to be able to measure those things. And, if you feel like the team's going to get off to somewhat of a sluggish start, that's when you kick it into high gear immediately. Right? And so it's a bit of a guessing game, but it's more so being able to spend the time with your teammates and talk to them. And that'll help you gauge a little bit better.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
Lights out, checked in for Freak.
One shot.
Walton to start this game off about 41% from the floor. The tray. Offensive rebound. Wagner passes to Houdini. And the foul called on ABC. That's his first foul. We've got 22 seconds left in the first. Pass to Houdini. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Another shot. Misses at the rim.
Too tentative on the finish. Forget about the D. Take it up strong. Look at this. I like this. Team basketball. Keeping the ball moving until they find the right shot.
And so the first quarter is in the books. The away team up by 4. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. It's been a storied career for Dirk Nowitzki, but as he ages, he says he's spending a lot more time getting his body prepared to play.
Jake Kidd sort of tried all sorts of things when he was here. He was older, and, you know, he got massages right before the games and the stretching and all that. Now I'm in the same shoes. You know, I do all that stuff now, and you almost do as much off the court as you practice on the court.
A lot goes into holding off Father Time, but Father Time, by the way, is undefeated.
Yeah, and retirement's something he's considered for a few summers now, but he's making the most of his Hall of Fame career, savoring every last minute.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number.
Look at that shot! How did that go in?
I don't even get it. What just happened?
We've got Wagner, also Houdini out there, and it's Zipser in at the 3, the small forward. Here's ABC, banked in off the glass. Kobe, when you think of that rough and tumble style of the Pistons and the Knicks in the 80s versus this more wide open style, which style do you appreciate more, and which style was more difficult to play?
Well, personally, I always wanted to play in the 80s because of the defensive rules, the illegal defense rules, where you have to play man-to-man.
Yes.
You can't come in and 2-9 in the paint. There's no zone defenses.
Yeah.
You know, you have to go mano-y-mano. Right, if you're going to double
love that
team,
challenge.
oh my gosh,
Love
come on
it,
now,
yeah.
you can't. People can't hide. Players can't hide. You know, there's a player out there that might not be a good defensive player or doesn't really want to play defense. He can hide. In the 80s, you can't do that.
No hiding.
No, there's no hiding. You're on an island.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Stolen away. Passes it to Lights Out. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. Here's the Kid. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
And so Luke Walton decides to call timeout.
And one of the few bright spots of their last season was sweeping the season series in this matchup.
Taylor's checked in for ABC. After 20 years in the NBA, Kobe, you were able to play with so many people. Who is most like you among guys you played with, who you would have said, this guy is like-minded? Like would Derek Fisher fit that category?
Yeah, D-Fish was tough.
Yeah.
D-Fish was tough. Adam Morrison, actually, believe it or not.
No.
Adam Morrison. He made practices, it drove us because he was competitive in practice, and he tried to play defense, but he couldn't move laterally with the athleticism that most players could. but he was competing hard every single day, man. And he had a lot of competitiveness.
You
and
like
fire
that?
in him. Oh yeah, my whole team was built like that. We had a lot of guys that were temperamental. A lot of temperamental guys that you look at and say, you know what? You're not going to win a championship with that group. And we sit back and we laugh to this day. Like Shannon Brown and I will get together and we'll talk about the old days. We'll just look at each other and say, you know, can you believe we won a championship with a bunch of misfits?
But collectively, I guess, right, there was something that obviously worked.
Yeah, we're all crazy. Yeah. And so, you know, when you take a bunch of crazy and you focus it on one thing, it tends to work out.
There it is, yeah.
There it is.
Another ring.
Yeah.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Rain Man passes to Wagner. Here's Schroeder. Here's Rain Man. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And the rebound goes to Nowitzki. The pass to Wagner. Puts up a three. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. ABC passes to the kid. To the inside. ABC.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Yeah, guys, and his teammates love it. That'll get him a few big pats on the back.
Good from Schroeder. Schroeder hits them both.
He's so confident, so self-assured on every free throw he takes.
Gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Kicks to G. Fires top of the key.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Schroeder. He had a strong showing last season. He averaged about 19 points a game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, anytime this club needs a basket, he's their go-to guy. Just an irrepressible, prolific scorer.
Here's Tice. 5 points in the game. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. All alone. Nice jump shot. Good. Erickson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Rain Man passes to Kleba. To the middle. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
First free throw is good. Freaks checked in for Taylor. He hits both from the stripe. Here's Clutch. He's coming off a 10-point game again. Pass to Erickson. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Clutch. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. While we have the time, let's take a look at last season's best transition teams.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
Gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Here's Rain Man. He has 6. Schroeder outside over Urebko. And it's Schroeder missing.
His percentage from the field is not very strong this quarter.
Lets it go. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Urebko's got his first bucket of the night.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Pass to Rain. Corner shot. The shot off that time.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
And the basket by Erickson.
The floater's a tough shot, even when you're that close to the bucket.
And around 41% on the night. Schroeder with the ball. 10 points for him. Kleba drills the three-pointer. Kleba's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. To the wing on the left. To the inside. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder. On Thursday. Then on Sunday. And so here's the home team. Down by 12. And here's the break. Here's Rain Man. Buries it down low. Rain Man's got 8.
He's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
Down low. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loop shots.
That free throw good from Erickson. Captain Clutch, he's checked in for Urebko. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. Smooth passes to Schroeder. It's tipped, and he gets it back. Misses the layup.
Now that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those 2 things that he possesses.
And they pick up 2.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, look, when you're giving up that type of height, you use your quickness. It's just that simple. And it's also a matter of skill.
In the corner, it's Freak. Ring shot on the way. That one wide left. Being 43% for the game. Zipser kicks it over to Schroeder. Baseline jumper. It's deflected, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder. ABC's checked in for Clutch. We've got 1:48 left in the first half of the game. Here's ABC. Now Rush from 13. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Pass to Kleba. Inside. Smooth. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or it's sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
Well, Kobe, I have to say it's been a real pleasure having you stop by our booth and spending some time with us for this game. Thanks again for coming by. I hope we can do it again.
We will, man. It's been a blast.
There he is, folks, the great Kobe Bryant. And you know, Chris, you and Kobe both playing from the same era of the NBA. He was sharing his thoughts about current trends in the league. Do you feel it's different from when you and Kobe both played?
Oh, definitely. I mean, when you look now, I do think that the game has changed, but I just think that's great because the game has evolved. Great players have come before us. Great players come and try to get better after that. And I think right now what you see is the accumulation of some great players and then young players studying the game and taking it to a new level. So can't wait to see where the game goes.
And just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Out to the right wing. And off target that time from Zipser. To end the drought. Rush's shot is off. And so it's the visiting team. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. We'll return shortly.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Checking out the visiting team. Kenny, what did you see from them?
What a true demonstration of dominance. They made a commitment to owning the glass, and they made good on it. Blocking out, competing hard in traffic. That's the way you should play on both ends of the court.
And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
They were brick city, and it was painful to watch. Weak shooting starts to get contagious, and they were struggling all over the place. They got to work on getting more high-quality chances, more layups, fewer prayers.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, C-Web, we're seeing the game evolve. So often the players are the trailblazers, and I'm sure there are guys that you think are changing the game the most.
How many times can you say we've seen something that we've never seen before?
Right.
And to be honest with about that. And Steph Curry, we've never seen that before. He's weaponized the three-pointer more than anyone before, and he's broken his own records. And the great part about it, he plays so balanced. And then you have to look at his teammate. I think at the end of his career, his teammate, Kevin Durant, may be the best offensive player that's entered the NBA. He has that type of skill set because of his height, because of his shooting, his passing, and dribbling, and he plays on a team with some willing passers, and he's a 7-footer. So I get excited when I think about those guys. And then again, the ball handling of Kyrie Irving, I think that is changing the game, along with Harden and being able to draw the fouls that he draws as well on that fast break.
Good examples. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Clutch out there with Erickson, and it's ABC. Then there's Jerebko, and it's Taylor in at the 3 spot. Jerebko hits them both. Being a mediocre 41% in this one. Ritter passes to Rainman. Tice kicks it over to Schroeder. Off target from outside. Looking at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. Left side, Taylor. Now the pass to ABC. Back to Taylor. Fires the three. The shot misses. Lots of room. And that's good for two. The Doctor's got his second basket of the night.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Clutch the pass to Taylor. Pass to Clutch. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and of course, it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you.
2 shots, gentlemen.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
You know what, Greg? There may not be a more likable superstar in the NBA than Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, everyone loves Nowitzki.
And a large part of that is just Dirk plays the game with a smile on his face, it seems, at all times. His play style is one that is hard to root against, having so much skill in the body of a 7-footer. And it's one thing to be respected by everybody. It's another to be loved by everyone in that regard. And Dirk's, he's one of a kind.
And he makes the first. That one is no good, and they turn it over. Stepped in the line that time. With a break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
Gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And the ball goes out of play, unable to keep it in. On Sunday and then on Thursday. Two minutes gone in this third quarter now. Here's Rain Man, guarded by Erickson. Here's Rain Man, and he drops it in from the low post. Rain Man's got 10 points in the game.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
And so Luke Walton decides to call timeout. C-Web, a quick tactical question here. As a big, when you're defending the pick and roll, what are the things you're looking to do? How do you handle that?
Okay, I'm going to try to rapid pace this because this is what goes through your mind. What did coach say in shoot around? Wait a minute, who is this? Is this Steph Curry that can dribble, or is this Thompson that loves to take a step back? Or is it a player like Durant that loves to hit you with the step back? Or who's setting the pick? Is it a guy like Thompson that's going to slip? Or is it a guy like Dwight Howard that they could throw it up to? Is it Capella that may slip and go through and you still throw it up to and you can't get back? Who's communicating?
Wow.
Who's on my team in the corner? What shooters in the corner? Because they can't leave the corner to come help. Do I hedge hard? Do I not hedge hard? Oh, no, this is the NBA. It's the greatest players in the world, and even if you do it right, they're going to score anyway. That's kind of what goes through.
That is something else. Here's ABC. 9 points in the game so far. Taylor kicks to Yarebko. A three-pointer off the mark.
Only 1 for 5 to start the half. I mean, whatever adjustments they made at halftime weren't the right ones.
Here's Rain Man, and it doesn't even draw either.
I like what he was trying to do, shaking the D with the fadeaway. Tough look, though.
Too open that time, made it look too easy. The Kid's got his second bucket of the night. Gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Passes it to the doctor. Here's Tice. Nowitzki, no good.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly. Then with the quick reaction time.
Here's Taylor. It's good.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
There's the pass to Rainman. Tice kicks it over to Schroeder. And the three ball is good. Schroeder's got 13. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
He's not the only one to blame for them being behind, but he hasn't helped their cause much.
Tice, no good on that one. Being just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. Here's the Kid. He kicks to Taylor. Lock at 6. This one for 3. That shot off.
It's clear this just isn't his night. I mean, if they're going to keep him on the floor, I think his best role would be to be a decoy.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Pass to ABC. Passes it to the Kid, and so out of bounds it goes. And they'll keep possession. Lights out, checked in for Taylor. Six to shoot. Right wing. And the pass to ABC. Here's Clutch. Doesn't go that time. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder. Here's Rain Man, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Two shots.
And the first one drops. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And he makes both free throws. They're having trouble stopping this run.
And the more trips they continue to come up empty, the more the pressure builds on them.
Here's ABC. Pass to ABC. Just 5 on the clock. Here's ABC. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Here's Zipser. Rebounded by Yarebko.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Passes it to ABC. Inside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The first one falls.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Captain Clutch, he's checked in for ABC. And so he makes both from the line. Gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Pass to Wagner. Over rush. Here's Houdini. Goes up again. Rebounded by Yarebko. Yarebko's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
They haven't been able to count on his scoring tonight, but still, here they are in the lead.
And the ball travels out of bounds. Turnover.
But Luke Walton, he's definitely a coach players like to play for. I mean, it helps that he was a player not too long ago. Both stars and role players appreciate the candor and the opportunity he provides them.
And there's the pass to Houdini. And got hung up on the dunk. Not quite enough elevation there, I guess. Kicks to Rush. Pass to Freak. Here's lights out. Out to the right wing. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And with Walton, you hear players talk about the leeway that he allows them.
And that extra bit of trust Walton gives goes a long way. It's why so many rookies have been able to flourish under him. Young players develop when you let them learn on the fly, and Walton has done a good job of creating that environment.
Free throw good. Freak. ABC's checked in for Yarebko. He's perfect from the line this time. Here's Smooth. Passes it to Zipser. To the paint. Here's Houdini. The shot's good. Houdini's got 6 points.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Has to Rush. Each team has 1 inactive player per night. Would upping that amount, you think, C-Web, of active players on game day change anything at all?
I don't believe so, because the inactive player we're talking about usually is at the bottom of the roster. And so if you look at the next man up theory, that means that the last guy on the bench at that time, it's his time to get that playing time. So I don't think that the inactive players would change anything, because it's still a team sport, and those guys earn their playing time in practice. And so that guy at the end of the bench is still one of the greatest players in the world and can contribute at any time.
Both free throws good from Rush. Here's Smooth. And there's the pass to Kleba. Drills it from outside. Kleba's got his second bucket.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, they've been tremendous from beyond the arc. It's a shift from what they did in the first 2 quarters, though. 4th foul of the game for him. He's starting to get into that danger zone.
That's good from Rush. Erickson's checked in for ABC. He makes 1 of 2 that time. 39% from the floor since the half. Not really what they had in mind. Here's Kleba. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loop shots.
And he makes the first. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Being only 31%, their offense really struggling to put possessions together. Pass to ABC. He kicks it to G. Passes to Lights Out. Buries it down low. Lights Out's got his second bucket of the night.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let them have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
31% here in the third. Offensively, they are looking bleak. And a wide open look for Freak. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Being around 40% from the floor here. Out to the wing, Wagner. And the 3 off target. Wagner's gone 2 for 5, shooting 40% from the field here. Here's Lights Out. From outside, off the mark. 58 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Zipser. Pass to Wagner. And it's Schroeder in the corner. And here comes the break. Here's Erickson, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1. That one is off. Rain Man checked in for Paul Zipser. And the second free throw, good.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Schroeder passes to Kleba. Here's Wagner. Nailed from three-point land. Wagner's got his third basket of the night.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Lights Out. He's guarded by Schroeder. Shot clock at 5. To the left wing. Here's Freak. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And the foul called on ABC. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Kleba. And that one released in time, but no good. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The away team delivering the blowout. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Oh, beautiful feed. Always a luxury to have a big man who can see the whole floor.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. We've got Dennis Schroeder. Wagner out there with Houdini. And it's Rain Man. And it's Kleba in at the 3. Here's Lights Out. He's guarded by Schroeder. Freak passes to Lights Out. 6 to shoot. Kicks to Freak. And he hits the jumper for 2. Here's Rain Man. The pass to Kleba. Down low. It's tipped. And it ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Oh, man, yeah, he read it all the way. He got a jump on it. Very close.
Clutch, he's checked in for Lights Out. Got a piece of it. And that's going to be out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Daniel Tice is checked in for Houdini. Here's Tice, and that one is hammered home.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. Out to the right wing, and that one's good. Freak's got 4 points this quarter.
He's made the most of the halftime break. He shook off the problems he had in the first half, and he started to settle in.
Schroeder, right side. Compared to when you were playing, C-Web, how have the baseline skill requirements for the 4s and the 5s, the power forwards and the centers, changed, do you think, the most?
The ability to stretch the floor. There's a lot more emphasis on the mobility, especially at the defensive end. And I don't think you can have a player who is a specialist anymore in the game. I've played with some great defenders. The Ben Wallace, the Davis boys there in Indiana, but those positions are no longer valued or needed anymore. You can no longer be a defensive player that can't score on the other end. You have to be a player in the NBA now with the total skill set. That means mobility, shooting, dribble, passing. All of those things have to be encompassed, or there's a way to make sure to highlight you with the mismatch and take you out of the game.
Good documentation. I like that. Back to Tice. Pass to Rain Man. 5 on the clock. Top of the key jumper, no good. Gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Rush with the steal. Freak passes to Clutch. He kicks it to Freak. C-Web, there was a time when athletes spoke up about societal issues and they were simply told to, just stick to sports. That is no longer the case.
Basketball was built on players speaking their mind. The one thing about the game with basketball, whether you're from Serbia like my friend Vlade or you're from Detroit like me, it's an urban game. And you cannot leave the problems of urban society just because you were blessed with the talent to play basketball. And so many of us speak up on societal issues. Just because we made it doesn't mean that our friends and family are out of those situations. We're not in a bubble in which we don't see how those issues affect us, our family, or our friends. And so just because we're blessed with basketball abilities, sporting abilities, does not mean that we're exempt from the problems in society. And if we have a platform and can speak out, why not? And I'm very proud of what guys in the league has done, whether it's LeBron James and his scholarship program, or whether it's Chris Paul and others, or Steve Kerr speaking up for societal issues. For me, it's refreshing, but it also is in the lineage of the greats that started this game in basketball, speaking up for the voiceless.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
Yarebko's checked in for Erickson.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
C-Webb, when you look at how basketball is taught at early levels for these kids, middle school and then high school, anything there that you would change?
Yes, I would change to developing all players and taking away positions.
Interesting.
When you are young and you're in, let's say, 3rd grade and you're the tallest player on the team and I make you a center and I pull you to one end and I only show you how to make layups. I don't show you how to shoot threes or to dribble. I'm assuming that your body is always going to stay the same. And I believe that coaches should teach great skill set, shooting, passing, dribbling. And when you do that, a player can then become the full player they're intended to be instead of teaching incrementally where a player may get stuck and identified as this type of player his whole time. I think that really what you need to do is teach full skill sets and allow players to develop. Just think if someone would have said, Kevin Durant, you can only shoot layups. We wouldn't be able to see the true unicorn that he is.
Wonderful thought. That's good from Yarebko. Paul Zipser, he's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. Yarebko hits them both. Gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the. Here's Smooth. Passes it to Zipser. Every once in a while, we hear about the brotherhood of the NBA. C-Webb, when you hear that term, what does it mean to you?
It means it's the truth. When I got to the NBA as a rookie, the thing that amazed me the most was that I was already part of a fraternity. There was no having to be kind of welcomed in. You are welcomed in once you're part of the NBA. Guys want to see you do well.
Right.
Not against them, not against their team, but guys want to see you do well because they know the work, the effort, the sacrifice that it takes to get to this level. And that's a really refreshing feeling, knowing the guys got your best interest as long as it isn't against them that night.
Yeah, great perspective on that topic. That's good from Yarebko. Both teams deciding to change it up. Yarebko hits them both. And in the 4th quarter has been efficient at 56%. Here's Rain Man. Pass to Wagner. Schroeder outside. It's deflected. Here's ABC. It's picked off. And there's the pass to Wagner. Good on the 3-point shot.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Kicks it to Yarebko. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rain Man. That's his first foul. Chris, coach turnover. Happens a lot in the NBA. And there are some people that feel that, teams are too quick to make a change. What do you think?
Every situation is different. Sometimes an obvious change is needed, but sometimes it feels more like desperations. Think about it. The best franchises typically have stability, and fans aren't stupid. They know when their team is just trying to throw a worm out there to catch and to see who they can get, or if they're using the past coach as a scapegoat, trying to redirect the emotions of the fans to direct them to cheer for their team further on. on. But a lot of times, I tell you this, though, coaches getting fired because the players don't execute and follow through. A lot of times it's not the coach's fault, but usually they have to take the fall, and that's what being the leader is all about. And unfortunately for the coaches, there is quick turnover, but hopefully they can land back on their feet at a new place with another job, with a team that'll listen and let them set the culture.
Good insight. And it's sent back by Nowitzki. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Nowitzki. And the home team has possession.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
A lot. I mean, they came in focused on winning the rebound battle, and they've done it.
It's intercepted. Here's the break. Here's the three. Doesn't go for him.
It's been a rough game for him, but it won't sting too bad as long as they hang on to the lead.
With the teardrop, here's ABC, and it's sent back by Nowitzki. Schroeder looking over the floor. The dish to Nowitzki. Pass to Rainman. 5 on the clock. From downtown, Taylor with the rebound.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, because you're spread out. It can be difficult to contest these shots, but not for him.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
For a long time, beat writers and media personnel have determined NBA awards. Well, C-Webb is someone who's been up for some of these. Do you feel the voting system as structured now is fair?
I don't know how it can be fair if it doesn't have any players or coaches involved. You know, I can't necessarily vote on the best doctors because I don't know what it entails, but I can definitely trust other doctors to give their comments on their peers. I think peer awareness is some of the most reliable that you can go for. But, I mean, we have some very knowledgeable writers, sports writers, and media personnel that know. But for the most part, you need help of the players and the coaches to make sure that the integrity is there.
And now a moment to take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
These fans have been stunned by his performance. Of all the players they thought might do the most damage against him tonight, his name was not high on that list. Here's Rainman, guarded by Erickson. Here's Rainman, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
He does not look happy. Their defensive rebounding has been putrid, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
ABC passes to ABC. Here's lights out. We know that stars, especially superstars, get some level of benefit from the refs. What do you think of that? Is that good for the game?
I think the refs should always be fair. I think, yes, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt if you're James Harden and you can cross everyone over and you get 10 free throws a game. He earns those most nights. But, yeah, there's going to be some nights in which he gets a call or two here because as an offensive player, you want to be so aggressive that you put the referees in a tough position to make a tough call and to see what that was. Fans want to see the best players play, not sit. So you have to be judicious with how far you go, but just sometimes slip in the tendencies. And I used to get so mad when all I would do is go challenge a shot. The human kickstand would kick his leg out. The ref would say I fouled him. I didn't foul him. And the best actor in the world would get to go to the line, get a 4-point. And okay, Caleb, what was the question again? Stars. Oh, superstars getting.
I don't know. Let's stop. Let's stop. Passes to Smooth. Here's Houdini. 6 on the shot clock. Smooth passes to Houdini. And no good. And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Zipser. Now the pass to Smooth. Over to the left wing. Wagner. No good off the front iron. And so the road team gets the W in this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time.